Hi, Wilson Rams. This is Coach Harmer speaking. This is the first of two videos going over expectations when we come to class on gym day. The very first basic expectation is I will greet you at the door with an attendance sheet to check off. If I am not there, or even if I am there, it's your responsibility to wait in a line by the door, and then I will get you, I will greet you, I will find your name on an attendance sheet similar to this. We'll find your picture, your name, we'll check you off, and then you will come into room 115. You will walk in, you'll be able to put your stuff against the back wall or a side wall, and then you'll be able to have a seat either on the floor, you can grab a chair if you'd like, and listen for directions. By doing all that stuff is showing me that you're safe, you're respectful, and you're responsible. There is a sheet, see if I can find that here. There should be a sheet on the outside of the door that will have these checkpoints for you to read in case you forget. Just giving you the expectation again, what we do when we come into room 115. By doing those things, by waiting at the door, having me check you in, walking into the gym or into the 115, putting your bags down against the wall, having a seat either on the floor or the chair, you're showing me that you are ready to learn, you're ready to listen, and you can earn PBIS points by doing that. We have the PBIS reward system. I generally like to put PBIS rewards in at the end of the day, and of course you'll be able to use those points towards rewards later on in the year to be determined. Looking at my list here, generally speaking, when we get done sitting down and we're listening, we're going to be trying to play videos in here this year to hopefully go over how we play games, what the expectations are, and hopefully, some short videos we'll be able to get through the rules a lot quicker, and you'll be able to go to the gym and play the games a lot quicker. I do want to take your attention over here to the sheet that says PE locker room expectations. You can probably see it on definitely the video, but on the wall as well. And you might be wondering, Mr. Harmer, this is not the locker room. Well, you're correct, but this is our locker room for this year. We used to put our bags inside the South Gym in the closet, but we're not doing that anymore. That's why, another one of the reasons why we're using 115 is to store our bags in here, so we're not having to get all jammed up going into the South Gym closet. Also, it's very, very important whether we're in room 115 or we're in the South Gym, is that we will no longer be bringing food or drinks to 115 or the gym. Those do not come. They stay, all of your items stay in here. If you have a cell phone, I would highly suggest that you put it in your bag. You're not to have your cell phones out. You're not to be playing on your cell phones in this room or in the gym. We're to be doing PE related stuff. If we have problems with that, there's going to be some reminders, some prompts to help get you back focused. But if those don't work, that's when we start running into the office situations. We have more information on that to come later that I don't have at this time. But let's just not go down that path this year. Let's, have our cell phones put away, no food and drink. Another thing is that balls, if you have a football, a basketball, a soccer ball, or anything like that is not going into the South Gym this year. It's gonna stay in here, stay in your bag. We have our own equipment that you can use. And And the idea behind that, guys, is that we do not want to have disruptions when we're doing our warm-ups, when we are doing our games and having things that we don't need. So please, we keep our stuff in here. When we exit room 115 to go to the gym, probably generally to do warm-ups first, and then maybe get into our empowerment groups, which is another discussion in the second video. And then we play our game. We're not going to come back to 115 to get stuff when it's in here. Unless we have an office staff member coming down here, if it's an important situation that's different, we can come and get your stuff, but I am not gonna have students this year coming into 115 to come back and get stuff. It stays in here. The last 5 to 7 minutes, we'll come back into 115 when gym's done, when we picked up stuff, and then you'll be able to get your stuff, sit down and wait for the bell. Just a quick note on e-hall passes. You do have to have an e-hall pass to be able to leave the gym to go to the bathroom, the office, you know, that type of thing. I'm thinking no more than 2 people at a time. They have to come to me to ask first to go where you need to go. Well, I'll have my cell phone. I'll be able to put it into the cell phone, your information. You'll be able to go. When you come back, we'll X you out, and then that will open up the opportunity for other people to go to the bathroom if they need to. I will go over more of those procedures when we get to the gym portion of this video. But just remember, and as far as I know, going off of last year, the first 10 minutes, the last 10 minutes of class, we're not, having bathrooms, drinks, that type of thing. We want to get that stuff done during class. With that in mind, I believe that concludes video number 1. We'll play video number 2 here shortly. Hey, Wilson Rams, just one small edit I want to put into the videos for you is that just to keep in mind this year that for me it does take a long time to remember names. I'm generally a little bit better with faces, but names can take a while, so just bear with me. If I forgot your name or I'm just learning your name, I'm doing the best that I can. Just nicely remind me if I'm saying it wrong, and and I'll try to correct it. If I make mistakes, just go easy on me. You know how it is when you're just trying to learn new people. So thank you very much for appreciating that and working with me on that type of thing. Thank you. Hello, Wilson Rams. This is video 2 with Coach Harmer on basic expectations for this school year and moving forward. So some of you might be asking, Mr. Harmer, again, what is the purpose of gym class? Why do we have gym class here at Wilson? And my explanation is kind of several things. For one, gym class can be a lot of things for a lot of people. It is a physical education. With physical education, the point to that is to be able to stay in shape. Not just now, but as you progress through Wilson, as you go on to high school, hopefully on to college or other work-related pursuits. If you have a family someday, you may not have a career in sports, which is at the very highest level, but you may want to be able to go for a walk, around the neighborhood or around a track, or you might want to, ride a bike, take your spouse, take your kids with you someday, and be a good example for them. The more that we move, in combination with healthy eating, which Mr. Thompson would definitely stress to you, the better that you can be physically. So we promote movement is the big thing in gym class. Famous speech with me, with Coach Harmer, is that it is true that in gym class, we do play games, we do play activities, and there are skills that you can definitely use, whether it be dribbling, whether it be throwing, whether it be catching or kicking. Some people may be really, really good at what they do. And then there might be others that are kind of in the middle with their skills and gameplay, and then some that are, that are developing. But the point of it is that PE is for everyone. You do not have to be the best at things in here. I am not a hard skill grader. I don't just cater to the very best kids. I care about every kid regardless of your skill level. The biggest thing with me is that you try, you come to class on time, you try, you give effort, you're respectful with your peers, and you sweat and you smile and you have fun. PE class really should be one of the most fun classes that you'll have here at Wilson, or in any education institution. So with that in mind, with the purpose of PE, I'm going to direct you up here to some things that I put up within the last couple of years that I'm just going to go off of these sheets, just explaining further what expectations can look like. They do look like here in gym class, and that will help you to be more prepared for the year. Big thing that Mr. Waters talks about is the Wilson Way. What is the Wilson Way? Well, the Wilson Way for PE. We have the arrow here. Again, it's coming to gym class on time. That means going to room 115, waiting at the door for me to check you off. You go in, you sit down, you put your bags down by the wall, you're watching the video, or you're listening to directions, you're getting PBIS points for what you're doing, you're ready to go. And then eventually we will come into the gym and do what the instruction is. So that's coming to class, being prepared. Again, participate the best that you can. Again, as I said at the beginning, you do not have to be the best at what we do in here. But you got to have heart, you just got to try, and you will be really successful in gym class. I guarantee it with me. Follow the rules. There are not many rules, but rules are important. If we don't have rules, we don't have structure, things get chaotic, and it's just no good. So do your very best to follow the rules in here. Yes, we'll make mistakes. Mistakes happen. But the big thing is that we learn from them and try to get better. And that's the key, is just trying to get better. And then, of course, sweat, smile, and have fun, as I've said. Moving on to sheet number 3. We walk when we enter into room 115. We walk when we enter into the gym. We're not going to come into the gym playing tag with each other, grabbing onto each other, that type of thing. If we're doing our walk and talk, which is something we'll go over for a warm-up. The expectation is to walk on the outside of the gym and walk and talk. That means hands at your sides. You can talk with your friends, but you can do that without touching. Biggest reason is that we don't want someone to fall down. We don't want someone to get knocked into. It doesn't feel good when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and someone's jacking around, grabbing onto each other, and it gets all crazy and you get knocked down. That's just no good. So we want to be safe. We want to walk in and then follow the direction of whatever the warm-up may be or whatever the activity we may be doing. This is different up there on my paper. We are no longer storing, as I said. Our personal items are in 115, so that is a change. We are to follow all rules in regards to games, equipment being used, that type of thing. If you cannot follow the rules to games, if you cannot use the equipment the right way, that is going to limit the opportunities that you have to play the activities that we do in here. In addition to, you may not be able to use certain type of equipment. You might have to watch, and then that affects your grade in here, okay? Respect the differences in ability levels of other people, including yourself. Again, some people are going to be really good at gym. Some people are still developing, but that's okay. Gym class is a little bit for everyone. Just try to do the best that you can. Use appropriate language in gym class. Please try. We all need to work on it. You just call each other by our first names. Try not to use cuss words and that type of thing. It doesn't make anybody feel good. So use clean language, be respectful, and certainly do not get into fights, okay? There's gonna be times where we have disagreements on things, okay? But we can do it peacefully. We can stand off to the side against a wall. We can talk our problems out if there's a disagreement. Explain what you saw. They explain what they saw, and then they can come up with, an agreement. You could play rock, paper, scissors to solve a quick issue. I'm really famous with that, and we'll do some practice with that just so you get the hang of it again for this year, how that works. You can sit down and you can take a break in here. If you ask my permission, maybe if you need extra space, maybe we can use the hallway for a few minutes to reset. There's other places in the building that we can use if you need to take a break too, but again, just got to ask. Again, it's about that e-hall pass type of thing, which we went over. Of course, we talked about permission, leaving the gym. Okay, so you have to use the e-hall pass. I'm using my cell phone to record this video, but I do have e-hall pass on my phone, so we can go to my phone, I can put your info in, and then you can go to the bathroom. So you ask permission, you come back, I log you out so other people can go. Now I'm going to take my camera with me, and I'm going to come over here to the door. This is something that I started last year. Okay, and if you look here, over here by the door, I have the blue wall that's kind of by the door. It's called my line area. So if you make a line here and you really want to be the next person to go, just come over here, make a line, and when they come back, then we can get you, them logged off, and then we can get you put on. If they're waiting a long time, and it's an emergency, maybe we can go down that bridge when we need to. But we're gonna at least try to keep it at 2 as much as we can to reduce traffic out in the hallway. And that goes for drinks as well. And again, any other thing that you need permission on to leave the gym, then we need to ask my permission first so we can do the hall pass. Another important thing about safety and rules is the gym doors, is that we want to let, unless I give permission, let me open up the door and let people in. If there's someone out there waiting, I'm going to do my best to try to get to them, but that's not your job. That's my job. So let me do that unless I give you permission. That way we're not having people coming into the gym that aren't supposed to be here. And that just wastes our time, and it wastes the staff time having to chase those individuals down. All right, getting to the last bits of things. We have, again, cell phones have to be put away. No food, no drinks, absolutely not. You're gonna get reminders, some prompts, some pleas, put them away, but if we're having a problem with that, that's when we have office staff getting involved, and it just makes life hard on everyone. So just please follow that rule. That is a school-wide rule. That's not just in the gym. Again, don't bring food, don't bring drinks, not bringing in our own equipment. And just giving you a little bit of a heads up on grading. This year I am thinking, and I don't have the paperwork with me, but probably 4 points, I'm guessing, will be going towards how your behavior, your overall behavior in gym class. If you're doing really, really well, it's easy to get 4. If you're, really struggling to follow directions, fighting, name calling, that type of thing, well, you could get 2, 1, 0. It's up to my discretion. So, come in here to do the best you can with your behavior, and you should do really well. And I think that's standard 4 on your report cards. I think social behavior. And then I've lumped a lot of the other standards on your report card in to reflect the other 4 points. The other 4 points are basically going to come from how much you participate in here, how well you might help others to be better, how well you communicate in your empowerment groups. If you look up here on the wall, we've got orange, yellow, green, blue, red, and purple. These will be groups that you'll be assigned to this year, called empowerment groups, that you'll learn kind of like your seating spot with them, and you'll be able to get into circles and be able to talk about the things that we talked about on videos or any concerns that you may have. But we'll get more into that stuff later. But by doing those things, and if you're really, really, really good at things, we have E, we have P, D, and I in here. E is really, really good. I, we definitely need improvement. P is pretty good. D, we're just, we're developing. If you're really, really, really talented, really, really good, E's, you can get E's. E's are quite challenging, I would say, with me. It's real special if you get them, because you're highly skilled at something. You participate all the time, and you're a leader. But to get a P in this class is really actually easy. If you try, you participate to the best of your ability, and you're not a problem, P's are going to be really easy for you to come by. D's and I's are going to be basically for kids that don't do those things, that participate half the time, don't try, or refuse to participate at all, or don't use appropriate language, or do fight and don't follow the rules, don't respect the equipment, that type of thing. So do the best that you can, and there's no reason why this year that you can't succeed at the things that we do in here, whether that be basketball, whether it be volleyball, football, soccer, dodgeball, tug of war, walking on the track, fitness testing, all sorts of things that we do in here. You can do it if you put your mind to it, you put your heart to it, you sweat, smile, you have fun, and you come here ready to go. So with that in mind, thank you for listening to my 2 videos on rules and expectations. Let's make this the best year yet, Wilson Rams. So go Rams, Coach Harmer.